Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing the no brushes makeup challenge, and I've seen this video quite a lot on YouTube lately and I thought it would be a really fun one to do and a bit of a challenge because honestly I rely on my brushes quite a lot when I'm doing my makeup. When I first started out however I didn't use any brushes, so we're going to bring it back to the basics today and not use any. I think it will be easy for things like foundation and concealer, but when I'm doing stuff like my eyeshadow, my eyeliner and my lipstick, I think it will be a bit of a challenge. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let's get into it. So I've got my makeup bag in here with all the products that I'm going to use today, and I'm going to start out with my foundation. So I've been mixing two foundations lately because I've been fake tanning, and if you fake tan you know that your foundation shade changes all the time because you have your in-between tan shade, you have your very tan shade, and then you have your not so tan shade. So I have two of the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundations and I'm going to mix them together and then apply them to my face. And usually I'll use a sponge or a brush to mix it and then apply it to my face, but I'm gonna have to use my fingers. So it's gonna go everywhere. Oh. So I'm just going to mix it in with my finger. I feel like it's so much quicker to mix it with a brush. Okay, so I'm just going to take some on my finger and then start dabbing it on my face. I really love this foundation though. It works so well with my skin and just stays on all day and it doesn't make me feel oily at all because obviously it's matte and poreless. I honestly feel like I should be like, okay, now I'm going to take my brush and blend it all in, but now I'm going to take my hand and blend it. I look so shiny right now. I definitely need powder, but I'm going to blend some down my neck. I still got some left over on my hand. Okay, so I think all of my foundation's blended in now. That took way longer than I thought it would, and now I've got a big blob of foundation on my hand, so I'm gonna go and get a makeup remover wipe and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to concealer, and I've got my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, so I'm just going to use this underneath my eyes, and I think it should be fairly easy to blend in. I'm just going to tap it with my finger. So I think that's blended in quite well, but now I'm going to go in with some powder to stop me looking so shiny, and hopefully it will lighten up this foundation a little bit because right now I'm looking a bit orange. But I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just basically going to grab some from the top with my hands and then press it into my skin. Shall I try baking? Okay, let's get a massive amount on my finger. I'm gonna catch it in here. Ooh. Do you know what? I feel like I've done a better job of baking with just my finger than I do with a brush or a sponge. Maybe I can pick up more product or something. My hands literally feel like I've been just rolling some dough and some flour. So I'm just going to let my powder sit there for a bit to bake, and I'm going to start contouring. So I'm going to be using this Maybelline Colour Contour palette, and I'm going to be using all the shades in here, so the blush and the highlight shade as well. So I'm just going to take my finger like that, so then I can just put it underneath my cheekbone. Whoa. And then I'm going to try blending it upwards just to soften it. Maybe take a clean finger at this point. I mean, that was quite effective to get like a sharp line. good as I'm going to get the contour, so I'm going to move over to blush. I've cleaned my hands again, by the way, so I'm not like building up heaps of muggy colour, but I'm just going to take some of this colour on 2 of my fingers and just rub it around and then press it on the apples of my cheek and blend it up. This palette's actually really great, guys. I only got it the other day and I've only used it once using brushes, so yeah, I'm really impressed. Now I think it's time to get rid of the powder under my eyes, so the only way that I can think to do this is just to sweep it off. I don't know how this is going to go without sweeping off my concealer as well. Okay, so now that's done, I'm going to move on to highlighter. This isn't the best highlighter from when I last tried it, but we're going to use it anyway just to carry on using this palette. Maybe it will be a bit more pigmented than the last time I used it. Now I'm using my finger actually, so that's what it looks like. It's not too bad. I'm just going to swipe it on my cheekbones. It actually is way more pigmented when I use my finger. So now for the tricky part, which is the eyebrows. I'm going to use my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde, and I have a feeling that this is actually starting to dry out a little bit, so that's going to make it even harder. But I'm guessing I should take my pinky, like my little finger, and then, I don't even know, dip my nail in, kind of. I think I'm going to dip my nail in on a bit of an angle, like that. And try not to pick up too much product to make it clumpy. This really isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, so now we're at this point of my brow, and I never like to make this point of my brow really intense, so I'm just going to kind of lightly brush it up. So I think that's as good as I'm going to get this eyebrow, but look at the difference between them both. It's definitely made a difference and it doesn't look super messy. I probably wouldn't want to make it as intense if I was going to be doing it with a brush, but I mean, that is completely fine by me. This eyebrow definitely is not as good as the other one. Oh. Maybe it's because I'm right-handed, so it's much more difficult to do it with my left hand. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm just going to take a makeup remover wipe and touch up around the edges. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using my Chi Chi Mattes palette, and I'm going to be using a few colours to make it a bit more difficult for myself. I think I'm going to start off with this shade right here though, all over my lid. Look at the fallout. What am I going to do about the fallout? I'm going to get rid of it now because I don't want it to set. Okay, I'm going to tilt my head back a bit so it doesn't fall on my face. Now I'm going to use this shade right here and put it in my outer corner. I can't do any fancy blending in my crease and whatnot, so I'm just going to drag it in slightly and see how much I can blend it out and not make it too hard for myself. Well, this eye is definitely not as good as this eye, but I'm just going to leave it at that and move on to eyeliner. But I don't actually want to use a gel or liquid or pencil eyeliner. I'm going to actually use some eyeshadow because I feel like that's the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to take the black eyeshadow in the same palette, and I'm just going to take it on the corner of my fingernail, kind of like I did my eyebrows. I'm just going to drag it down. Then I'm just going to press it. Oh God, oh no, the fallout here is not going to be fun. and that's it for the eyeliner. I now need to try and touch up my face to get rid of all the black fallout. I'm just gonna put some more powder underneath my eyes and hope that that sorts it out. Okay, that is so much better. So moving on to my lashes, I'm not even going to bother with mascara because how am I supposed to put that on without a brush? I have no idea. So I'm going to use some false eyelashes, and these are the Ardell Glamour ones. Okay, so while I'm waiting for them to dry, I'm going to do my lips, and I'm going to use a liquid lipstick and a bright colour, and this is the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Doll Parts, and I love this liquid lipstick. But let's hope it doesn't dry too quick when I put it on my finger, because otherwise I won't be able to put it on my lips. Oh yeah. So this is the finished makeup look. I really don't think it turned out too bad. Like, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. The only thing that I'd like to change is the way I apply my foundation, which is funny because I thought that was going to be the easiest thing. I just feel like it needs to be blended in a little bit better, although part of it was because I put the foundation on before I did my eyeshadow and stuff. So if I did that afterwards, maybe it wouldn't look so blotchy. It's probably just because I've had to rub it heaps to get off all the fallout and stuff. But the eyeshadow isn't too bad. You might be able to see the lash line of my lashes because I haven't been able to cover it with eyeliner, but that will actually eventually dry and you won't be able to see it. The lips are pretty good, although you can't really see my cupid's bow because I didn't have much precision with my finger. And the eyelashes are great. The eyebrows aren't too bad. I honestly thought the eyebrows were going to be so much worse. They're still not amazing, but they're pretty good. So overall, I'm really happy with the look. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you guys thought of it, and let me know which is your favorite part of the makeup look. Do you like the lips or the eyes or my blush contour highlight? If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!